Well, guys, who could have possibly seen this coming? New World has been delayed by a month, and the new release date is set to September 28th. So what does this mean for New World? Well, two things. One, it pushes it into contention with other game releases like Diablo 2 Resurrected, Deathloop, Rainbow Six Extraction, Tales of Arise, and then you have Battlefield 2042 coming, you have Far Cry 6, and that's just to name a few of them. So these aren't direct competitors, right? They're not within the same genre, but you cannot deny the fact that lots of players will be checking out these new games, and New World is going to have to compete with them with their new launch date. So does that mean that New World is going to be dead on arrival? Definitely not. But you do have to consider that players who were going to check out the game while they waited for Diablo or they're waiting for Tales of Arise, they probably aren't going to be there at launch. Now, this could be a good thing, right? Server queues could be lower, but this is obviously less than ideal for population. I don't think it's going to hurt the game in the long run. Rather, I think this is a move that they needed to make, especially to kind of take care of a bunch of things that they needed to fix on the back end. I mean, there were just too many bugs and issues pulled from beta that just weren't going to be fixed if they kept their August release date. There was not enough hours in the day to take care of those things. Now, I do think it's also worth noting that while we do hate to see games delayed because we're excited to play them, right? Especially right after a beta, we're pumped to get back into the game. Lots of things being planned, people taking time off of work that they need to either go back and change, or hopefully they can change it. But all of these things, you know, lead to excitement for game launches. But we also need to express a little bit of patience and let the developers try to make this game as polished as it can be, because we will always be there when a game sucks and it fails. So I think we need to express a little bit of patience. Now, if we end up seeing the same bugs and issues that were reported during beta at launch, despite this whole delay, that's when we can have the conversation of poor management, project deadlines, missed expectations, and all of those type of things. So overall, I mean, this doesn't really mean anything more than New World should theoretically be a better product than we would have seen if it kept that original date. Now, the real question is going to be, what is this game going to do in order to compete for gamers' attention against those bigger titles that are going to be launching in September and early October? So what do you guys think? I mean, is this a delay that you want to see? Do you think that it should have launched? Are you okay with, what is this, the fourth delay that we've seen for New World so far? It's been pretty balanced, kind of split between people who are really upset, people who are just kind of like, I don't really care, and people who are really, you know, gung-ho about, yes, take all of the time you possibly need. Out on Twitter, it's been fairly balanced. So I want to hear from you guys, but as always, thank you so much for the support. This has been Vulkan, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.